Hello friends! So you can watch this video as a standalone video or with the other videos I made recently in my vlog about my unstable blood sugar, and you can probably learn a lot more about it in the context of how I'm using it if you watch those, and you can see how my blood sugar is unstable. But I made it into 3 videos because I was like giving time between each of them, and I try not to make my videos too long, even though it's hard because I like to talk. Right now, so what is a continuous glucose monitor? So a continuous glucose monitor is a little sensor. It has a little needle in there. It's really not uncomfortable though. It's like totally fine. There's a little thing that helps you put it on. It kind of shoots it in, so you really don't have any, it's like spring loaded. So it really doesn't hurt. And it stays on there really well. I was surprised. Basically, you put it on the back of your arm here. So I've just been going, you have to change it every 2 weeks. So I've just been going back and forth, and that seems to be working fine. I just thought I'd give, one arm a break for a little while on the skin, because I tend to get allergic to adhesive, and I just really don't want that to happen. Although someone told me about something called skin prep, and I'm going to start using that so that hopefully I won't become allergic to it, which happens often for me. I just became allergic to some Band-Aids that I wasn't before, which most likely has to do with MCAS, which is mast cell activation syndrome. All right, back to this. This is one of the continuous glucose monitors that are out there right now. It's called a Freestyle Libre 2. This one's pretty new because there was the Freestyle Libre, and they had a 10-day and then a 14-day, and then this one just came out. And the reason that this one is so awesome, in my opinion, is that it has alarms, whereas I believe the last version did not. The Dexcom is another one that's people really find to be really good. Some people I've talked to who are diabetic. My insurance does not cover this for me, and I thought it was going to be a lot more expensive, but my brother and I talked, and he was like, no, you really need to keep this. You need to keep using it, and I've been able to get it for, it ends up being that I have, 2 sensors a month, and I'm able to get them for $65. So $65 a month when you're dealing with stuff that really, really, really affects you ends up being like, you just have to. At some point, there are things that, buying my epilepsy medicine at times when I've had no insurance and stuff, it's just like, you just have to, or else you're not gonna function, or sometimes you're gonna die. And it depends on which thing it is, but it's hard when insurance doesn't cover things that you really need. Or you don't have insurance, which I have not had insurance at times when pre-existing conditions were, you couldn't get insurance. So I've made many decisions in my life based on how do I get health insurance. And now hopefully, well, it's still a big problem. Anyway, this one is, I've had it for 2 months now. It's easy. You turn it on, and then you can check your glucose, and it just boom does it right there. So 97. So like that's good for me right now. Let's see if I can. I don't think it's really gonna do it, but anyway, you can kind of see that it's got the number there, and then it's showing a little chart. So right here it's showing from 4 p.m. till it's midnight right now, and so basically, the last 8 hours. You can also go into like a little review the history. There's a little logbook of showing, the last, I guess it went down 20 points for me in the last 10 minutes. And so, able to see what's happening. You're also able to write down when you ate something, or note when you eat something. You can also input how many carbs you ate. There's a graph, a daily graph. Then average glucose, daily patterns, time in target, which at the moment I've had 10% below my target and 2% above, because it doesn't usually stay up high for very long. It usually then crashes. Also low glucose events, which are based on it being under 70 for an extended amount of time. I think it is more than 5 minutes, but most of mine, when that happens, by the time I get there, it ends up being an hour or two. Because I get into a daze. So for me, I've had 5 in the last 7 days, which I think in the last 3 days or whatever, I've had more, or the last 5 days, I've had more than usual because I didn't have as much help with cooking, and I really can't eat just anything. So anyway, I just wanted to say, you know, that's what this is. It's checking your interstitial fluid instead of your blood glucose level. So it can be a little bit different. I'm still learning about it, so I don't want to, you know, say like I know everything. But what I will say is that for having unstable blood sugar and being able to try to manage it, this is the first thing that's ever really helped, besides just, you know, what I have to do, which is like food and timing and all this kind of stuff. And yet, even when I was doing a really like consistent managing it, as I have for my life, but really gotten better at it, it's still, once I got the CGM, it was clear that because it's continuous and you can input it, like input it into your download it into your computer, and it goes on a website, and then my doctor can see it. And so she's like, you're doing so much better now that you have the CGM of managing it. And I'm like, this is exhausting. So however, now it's become clear to me that many of these events that were happening, now I know what that feels like. Now I realize how much it was happening, even when I was doing a good job of managing it the best I could, and the only way I knew how. And then, it was, if I don't do what I do to try to manage it, it is nuts. And I did do that for a couple days. Well, not even like crazy. I just ate like, I think 3 or 4 meals a day, and I had like a cookie or something with sugar. So that was for a couple days, like three days or something. And oh my God, it was horrible. I actually like had to just go back to my normal managing because I literally felt like I was going crazy. And I have a video on that, because going up and down, it just literally like makes me feel like my brain is fried. So yeah, I find that this is really helpful. You know, I guess like technically I would be described or diagnosed with hypoglycemia, which is true, but also unfortunately, as I said, I have highs as well as lows. And still experimenting with things, which this is very helpful with that, because I found out that a gluten-free pancake can send me to 197 in a little while. So I didn't know that. You know, I knew that certain sugar would do that, or I didn't know it would send me that high. But then the crashes, they are really bad if it goes higher. So it's just really hard to manage though, because even though I'm eating really well and trying really hard and actually know quite a bit about nutrition and chemistry and stuff, which I really like biochemistry. I think it's really interesting. But there's just still a lot to learn about my specific body, that now that I have this way to see what's happening, my specific self, anyway, whatever, you know, to see what's happening, I'm going to be learning more and more as I do this, of what exactly affects me in what way. And I'm also realizing that it's not the same with just what I eat. So it's also like there's a lot of other factors that are coming into this. And I know people who are diabetic, I'm sure, know that. For me, I think there's some factors like my adrenaline based on my postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome, a orthostatic intolerance. So things like that cause my blood sugar to go up pretty much immediately when I stand up. You'd be amazed at how fast adrenaline works. My adrenaline kicks my heart rate up 50 points in 1 minute. So, you know, that's pretty fast. So yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing what adrenaline will do. Unfortunately, if you don't have any energy and your body keeps pumping adrenaline into your blood, and then you don't have any energy in the first place, it's really not, it's exhausting for my body. So I'm doing my best to figure that out. All right, thank you.